Omniscient Reader. Omniscient Reader. Chapter 212. If I'm not mistaken, last chapter was spent with Doksha half being dead and then coming back alive. We got some focus with Jungyak, him questioning his him asking his constellation, supporting constellation a question. And we don't get to see what he asked or what the answer was, but then we got to see him approach Doksha about what his wish was, and he asked him, "Is your wish to get to like the end of the scenarios?" And Doksha was like, "Well, kinda," and he like followed it up, and Jungyak was like, "Never mind." Like he kind of like dismissed it, and then Doksha was like, "Ah." So my hypothesis was like maybe we're gonna get something like comedy style. And then another question on levity on top of that was, prior to Doksha learning the truth with what happened with his mom and his dad when he was younger, he treated people a certain way because of his whole experience and how he viewed everything. So now that he knows the truth, him knowing the truth doesn't take away from the experiences that he went through. But I'm wondering if it, in a way, might change the way he views people, because we know that Jungyak was changing. But Doksha, before, whenever Jungyak did something that was out of character, Doksha couldn't comprehend it. So I'm wondering now how he would view either Jungyak or other individuals. Will it be more of the same? Will it be a variation of it? Or will it be a little bit different? So I'm wondering. I'm curious. So let's hop in. 212. Let's go. Let's go. All right, here we go. 212. Is your final goal to reach the end of all scenarios? Well, you could say that. Can you promise me that you won't give up on that goal of yours no matter what? What's gotten into him all of a sudden? Of course I won't. But why do you ask? Never mind. Which, shocked. This doesn't look too good. The only time Jungyak twitches his left eyebrow is when he's made an important decision, most of which led to his death. That's crazy attention to detail. Hey, wait. Let go of me. I'm going first. I was the first to decide to come. Mr. Doksha. I will now announce the participants of the 10th scenario. We're back to white. Alright, 73rd Demon King Part 3, Chapter 35. Wait! How can you just decide something like that on your own? Because he's first place. We'll split into 2 teams. I thought we were going to get comedy style. That's what I thought we were, but we weren't. It was actually like an actual assessment from Doksha where he's like, he's actually made a serious decision. Wait, and everyone just interrupted. We'll split into 2 teams. My team and Doksha's team. There will be 4 members in each team. Here are the members of my team. Youngsung Lee, Pildu Gong, Jie Lee, and Sohwa Lee. That will be all. Doksha's team will consist of Hyewon Jung, Yoosung Shin, Gilyoung Lee, and Sangha Yu. These 4 people. I want to be on your team, Doksha. We're going together, so it won't matter. Okay. I guess Jungyak already worked him like a dog. Congratulations on your resurrection. I know this isn't the first time, but I don't think I'll ever get used to it. It might make me sad if you actually do. Yeah, he did. He's picked people because Hyungsung and all the other Hyungsung and all the other regressions was a part of his team, correct? And then Sohwa is his lady, and Jie, is she a part of his team usually too? That I don't remember, and I have no idea about Pildu either. I have no idea. So it feels like he might have picked people that he's just more familiar with. And all the people that are with Doksha are legit all the people that Doksha saved. Like he saved Yoosung, he saved Gilyoung, he saved Sangha. And Hyewon. Not all the individuals that are with Doksha actually aren't a part of the what's his face? TWSA. They all Yoosung, but Junghyuk always ends up he would kill her or something would happen. So it's like she exists, yes, but the rest of them are individuals that Doksha has dragged along with him. But everyone that's with Junghyuk are actual characters from the series. So it's like it would make sense that he would pick them. Let me continue. Can I ask for your ranks first? You do know that you have to be ranked within the top 10 to make it in the scenario, right? I'm 4th. Miss Buksung Lee passed her rank on to me. Okay. That's the old lady, buff lady. Yeah, she would have died in the what's-his-face. She would have died in the, when we first run across her, she would have died there, no? So it's like she's far into the story that she's not supposed to be here, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I didn't just make that up, did I? All right. Yusung and I are 9th and 8th, Doksha. I'm ranked higher than her, of course. I'm ranked 5th, and Mr. Gong isn't here since he went to move up in a rank. Same goes for Miss Su Young Hong. Didn't seem to be on the list. Does that mean you won't be taking her with you? No, we need her. She comes in quite handy. Excuse me. I see. Come to think of it, it's only Sangha who knows that Su-young was the first disciple. This must not sit right with her. Hold on really quick. Here we go. All right. I see. Come to think of it, it's only Sangha who knows that Su-young was the first disciple. It must not sit right with her. But only 10 people can move upstairs, so how will you take her? Only 10 people are allowed in according to the rules, but there's a hidden piece that allows us to take one more. There's an item you can purchase in Dark Castle called the 6-man card. Of course, Doksha knows about this. It allows an extra person to participate in the upcoming scenario. Hidden piece again? Isn't there anything else you can tell us? You and Junghyuk always keep everything to yourselves. You two are quite alike in that aspect. I'm offended that you'd compare me to someone like him. You admire him. Have you by any chance heard of a being called a Demon King? This is a cold panel. Damn. Time out. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've snagged something while This is fire. That's wallpaper worthy. Golly. My bad. Interrupting the whole flow of everything. This is tough. Come on. That's tough, man. All right, let me continue. Demon King. There are a total of 72 beings who have been given the title of Demon King by the Star Stream. This too. Oh my gosh. The phone's a Demon King. The phone is a demon. Evil. 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 They each have their own modifiers like the constellations, and each had a dominion over their own demonic realm. Are they like the King of Demons or something? I know what that is. I've seen them in anime all the time. You're right, they're very similar. In the 10th scenario, we'll be fighting against a Demon King. This is how TWSA describes Demon Kings. Constellations who refused ascension. They're constellations who chose to remain behind in the human realm in the literal sense. They mock the constellations who obsess over star signs and still reside in these lands, which even the Dokubi abandoned. Which is probably why they don't get along too well with the constellations. They were especially hostile towards the constellation of Pure Good alignment. It's their hostility that became the basis for the Dark Castle scenario. All of these panels are sick, by the way. It was designed specifically to satisfy the constellations. They get to see the incarnations fight while they watch Demon Kings die. Okay. I said I'm not going. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to fight against a Demon King. Rope a binding. I'm just about to camp. I'm just going to camp out here until you clear the scenario, then get out of here. The 73rd Demon King isn't even a real Demon King. You know that, don't you? How could you hide out here for 4 days straight? There are only 72 Demon Kings who were given the title officially by the Star Stream. However, this scenario is called the 73rd Demon King, which means that whoever is upstairs isn't an official Demon King. I missed the Heyo. I did miss the Heyo. Alright. Since he's still called a Demon King, he'll be stronger than most of the foes we faced until now, but he won't be as powerful as the fabled constellations. There's a good chance we might win. But the difficulty might have been changed. Do you know how many times that happened because of you already? That's a good point to have been made. If you keep clearing the scenarios, all of you will end up dying. You know that all the nebulas have it out for you, don't you? I do, but I've been preparing myself too. Young and Yusung to the back. Sangan, move up to the front and I'll back you up. Okay. Are they training? They're training. Don't forget the timing that Doksha pointed out before. Okay, look at them go. Wait a minute. Did you analyze the Demon King's attack patterns? How much of it? Almost all of it. You must be out of your mind. Do you still think the upcoming scenario is going to be difficult? Have you all moved? How are you able to? This is a novel that he read. It wasn't even like a webtoon. How is he able to analyze the Demon King? How, like, we know that TWSA is oddly like descriptive when it comes to certain things. We know this. So how descriptive was TWSA when explaining like the fight between Jungyak and the 73rd Demon King? To the point where Doksha is able to analyze what the Demon King did so that he can give in. This is crazy. It's like, I know it's like you could get detailed like descriptions of fights, but like how I need to see the how many pages was this fight in the novel? Because this is kind of crazy. TWA is going over attack patterns before, like the one servant in the subway. I don't even remember that. Don't even remember that. It's crazy. All right, let me continue. Have you all moved up in rank? It's just a textbook. Welcome back, Doksha. We're all ranked in the top 10 now. Jie and Pildu were close to not making it, but they moved up in rank this morning. Automatically? That only happens when someone in the rank above them dies. Does that mean someone in the top 10 suddenly died? I really don't think I should go now. You're here, Doksha. Are you going to take that woman with you as well? Thanks. That's right. This is the most that Jungyak has talked to Doksha. It's weird. It's weird. Isn't it weird? Like just the casual talking. I know he's chained. It's just like it's odd. I'm not used to it, I should say. I'm not used to it at all. It's interesting. He reaches in. Incarnation Jungyak has used the 6-man card. Incarnation Soo-young Han has been made a special scenario participant. Incarnation Soo-young Han has been made a member of Team Jungyak. What? Hey, come on. Why am I in his team? We'll be heading out soon, so everyone get ready. I love that he just ignores her. I don't want to go with him. Team Jungyak. Ooh, this panel's tough. Sorry. This panel's tough. I need it. My bad. Team Doksha Kim. I need this one too. Yeah. Yeah. Need both. Need both. Okay. Here we go. Doksha's team is Team Women and Children. Why are you staring at me for? It's nothing. I just find this moment quite moving. This mix of people from the real world and the world of fiction. This is something only the reader of TWSA can truly appreciate. Just talked about this earlier. I am now afraid of losing them. Oh no. That means someone's gonna die. Why'd you have to say that, Doksha? Everything was fine when you didn't care about them. Everything was fine when you didn't care about them. Now that you care about them, they're gonna die. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. This is a huge death flag. He stuck a flag in everyone's back. I am now afraid of losing them. Main scenario number 10. 73rd Demon King, category main, difficulty SS. Clear conditions. You are eligible to participate in Dark Castle's final scenario. I know I read this already. Choose the 4 rankers that you want to take to the 3rd floor of Dark Castle before you enter the final scenario. Time limit 30 days. Reward 100,000 coins. Penalty for failure, death. Your current ranking in Dark Castle is 2nd. Only the incarnations ranked in the top 10 can partake in the final scenario with you. Legit, everything was fine until he didn't care about them. It's the moment he cares about them, it's when everything's gonna go to hell. Literally. You know Doksha's dead. Not even him. Not even him. Someone's gonna die. Someone's gonna die. Someone's gonna die. But also, I feel like as soon as he lets his fourth wall down for a second, I was gonna say the minute that it's like he finally got clarity and it feels like he's able to care about people again. I know we haven't gotten too much into his mental post his mom. Like him and his mom still have yet to have that conversation to our knowledge. So it's like it feels like for this statement to have been made after that, because he never said that before. Right? He's never said that before. Even if we've seen him like be favorable to them or whatever. It's after that, it's literally after that moment, a chapter or two after he learns the truth. He now it's like he cares about them. It feels like it's like he said he still hates his mom, yes, but he knows the truth, and it feels like it could be a part of him has like closure in a sense. It's hard to say this because we know there's still a conversation that needs to be had. Right? There's a conversation that needs to be had, but we know that he got something from it. We know that he got something from it. It's Doksha saved his mom. He wanted his mom back. So when he says I still hate her, but he wants her back, clearly something has changed. And this is like the first true indicator. This is like the first true indicator of it. Yeah, he used to use them before, and now he cares. He made sure they all ranked up. He made sure everything was in line. He got the proper battle plans. Hell, he didn't even like throw a tissy fit at Zhang Yak. Like he made note of what Zhang Yak was going through. he had made a note where he's just like, Jungyak just made a decision, like a big decision. What the hell? And then he got interrupted, so he never really asked about it. And we know that I don't know. I don't think Jungyak's decision quite necessarily means, because Doksha said that usually whenever his right eyebrow twitches, he's made a decision, and that decision usually leads to him dying. But knowing the character development that Jungyak has gone through, knowing that there possibly is a chance that Doksha could get to the end of scenarios, I don't think Jungyak is about to do something like Crash Out worthy. I don't think so, unless whoever his supporting constellation is directly trying to sabotage. Because Jungyak says it's this constellation's fault why I keep going back and back and back and back and back. So I don't want to believe that he's gonna make a crash out decision, because I don't want to believe he's gonna make a crash out decision and like sacrifice himself or anything like that, because we still don't know what happens whenever he regresses. I feel like it would make no sense for him. Still, I don't know what his supporting constellation told him. I don't know what he asked. But if Jungyak wants to get to the end of scenarios, and he actually feels like Doksha can lead him to the end of scenarios, why would he then sacrifice himself and not get to the end of the scenarios, unless he's just? It feels like Jungyak isn't that far gone. Maybe a couple of scenarios from now he would have been, but we're 3 in and he's already super traumatized. He's already a certain way, but he's changing. So I feel like he's not that far gone where he would see the light at the end of the tunnel and then just jump off the bridge and be like, nah, I want to start all over again. I don't think he would do that. But again, I'm always going to say it. Again, I don't know what his supporting constellation said, and I don't know what he asked. So I don't know. It feels like Jungyak, if I would be hopeful, my hope is that Jungyak's important decision would be to prioritize Doksha instead of himself. It feels like the decision he made would be to support Doksha. That's it. It's about as good as I can come up with right now. No, I'd regress. I have a question. If he asks what would happen to this world if he regressed, would his sponsor answer? That's actually a good question. Maybe that could have been. Maybe that could have been what he asked. And maybe his supporting constellation didn't maybe we don't know if his support, we don't know who his supporting constellation is. 2, we know his supporting constellation has seemingly has given him the ability to regress. 3, we don't know if the supporting constellation wants to see him continue regressing or reach an end goal. We don't know that. 4, I feel like he wouldn't crash out, but we still don't know if he'll crash out or not. Things are leading me to believe that he wouldn't, but we have no idea. Things could change like that. So I don't know, but that might be a good question of what happens if I regress. Do all of these individuals, what happens to like this world? And that's a question that we've been asking since the beginning. That if Jungyak were to regress, what happens to us? Do we just cease to exist? Is it just another timeline that continues without him? What happens? We still don't know what happens to Doksha if he regresses. I think that's why we don't need him to regress, because Doksha he's unique to this third run, to Jungyak's third run. He seemingly was not in. I can't say he wasn't in. Seemingly, he was not in the first and second one for Jungyak, but he's here in this third one. So there's no telling. We don't know what will happen to Doksha if he regressed. So there's a lot of things on the table for this arc, but someone's dying. That's a given. Someone outside of Doksha is dying. I would love to be wrong. Matter of fact, I want to be wrong.